friends, it's Elisa with Crafting in Colorado. I hope you are all doing well. Today is September 24th, 2025. It's the end of the day. My dog and I just got back from a walk. Things have been a little crazy around here in our household, not in a bad way, just in a busy way. So haven't had a chance to stitch as much as I've been wanting to, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna have a quick update for you all today. This is Flosstube number 35. I have 4 finishes to share with you today. I haven't had and these are the first finishes that I've had for this year, which is kind of exciting that I have 4, and they're all 3 of the 4 are fairly small, or they are small. The first one here, it's by Luminous Fiber Arts. I have not shared this with you before. It's called Gathering Berries, and this is my little finish. So yeah, this is, I don't even know what count it is. I'm telling you, things have been so intense around here. I don't know what. I started this one night before I was flying out of town, and so I just grabbed whatever I could to get started. I had initially stitched these birds, I think it was 413, DMC 413, which is the variegated DMC. And when I had stitched this bird, yeah, oh, I'm showing it to you sideways. When I had stitched this bird, I did not like the way it had turned out. So I ripped him out and I stitched him with another color, which I can't tell you what it is. It's something that matched because this is the variegated floss that I stitched all the way around it. This pattern also had some buttons that were to be added to it. Let me show you on here. You see these buttons are quite large, and here, so there's 5 of them. And you notice that the buttons covered up the stitching. I didn't particularly care for that, so I'm gonna just leave the buttons off on mine. Let me rearrange things here. Yeah, so this little guy is done. I think he's pretty cute, and I need to figure out how I want to finish this. I have this little thing. I think I got this from the Dollar Tree, this Be Kind, and I meant to, so I don't know if I'm gonna just stick it in here with something in the back there, or if I'm going to put it on this other little frame that I got from Hobby Lobby a while back, and I'm gonna jazz this up a bit. So which of these 2, I'd appreciate your input, which of these 2 do you think it should go on? And it's not ever a floss tube with me without my dog barking. Ugh. So yeah, which one do you think would be better? I'd appreciate your input. And let's hope he stops barking. All right, the next finish that I had, also one that you haven't seen before. Or maybe you have, I can't remember. This is a Dimensions needlepoint and kit. It was a kit, and this is where we're at. This is done on this as well. So it's just all white background here. So I'm not sure how I will finish this one either, and I'm not going to put this up close because I really dislike how my white stitches were laying on this. And I started another Dimensions needlepoint, and I figured out what the problem is I had separated the strands of floss and so they weren't like uniform. Going forward, I like it better when the stitches are, I'm not going to separate those stitches, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, this is cute. It was a really easy stitch. And that's what I needed these past few months. I needed as simple a projects as I could do because things have been a little intense around here. We did have somebody move in with us. And so I had initially, I took those 2 projects with me to New York. I ended up being in New York for a lot longer than the 3 days that I had initially planned. I brought a family member back with us. He stayed with us, and then he decided, or we offered to have him live with us, and he agreed. So he went back, got his stuff. He flew out, got his stuff, and got a rental car and drove back. So in the meantime, that week that he was out, I was frantically emptying his room. And this is my basement down here, and it's full of crafts. So the room that he's staying in is my daughter's former room, full of crafts, full of clothes, my clothes. I have a spare room that has exercise equipment, full of crafts. Now it's full of clothes. And I'm just trying to make room for him. So I pulled everything out of that room. And now you don't even want to look over here because there's his totes so that he can try to get situated in. Ugh, we live in a small house. Trying to fit 3 adults into our house has been, yeah. Okay, third finish. Not that you wanted to hear all of that. Third finish is a mill hill. It was called, I wrote it down here, Autumn Gold. And look at how cute this is. And after I posted this on Instagram, I'm like, oh, guess what? There's a bead. So here's a teeny tiny, there's a teeny tiny bead in there, a little bumblebee that you can't see it in that package, but it's supposed to go right there. So once that's done, and look at the beads on that. This thing, it's just so sparkly, and you can't tell it in person or on camera, but yeah, I really like it. So I'm kind of not sure how to finish this one, but yeah, number 3. 3 finishes, and here's the 4th one. This was a stitch along with blushing pink stitches, flea market flowers, and let me make sure, and I got this done. Woohoo, I got this one done. Yeah, this is just a plain simple 18 count Aida. So glad to have this one complete as well. Yeah, and if you remember, I had initially started it this way because I started in this section here, and since it's all the same, when I put it back in my Q-snap, I turned it this way, and I was freaking out. So the stitches aren't uniformed with the rest of it, but honestly, I can't tell from far away, and I don't think anybody who doesn't stitch, unless you get up close, you can't tell. So we'll see how I end up finishing this. I think it's just going to be in a plain frame, but yeah, that I'm happy to have that one done. So for little guys. All right, moving on to my whips. My works in progress. This is a project that I am focusing on to have complete for this year. Mini Butterfly Effect by Kate Powell. It's a Heaven and Earth design project. This is what she will look like when she's complete. and I'm at 65.02% on this project. And here we are on this. Let me put this here, see if that helps there. It helps a little. Yeah, so 65%. Pardon the wrinkles. And I tell you, these butterflies at the bottom, oh, I complain every night when I stitch on this thing because out of 87 colors, I counted this before I got on here, 58 of the 87 colors are under 100 stitches. Most of them are like under 30 stitches. So there's like just you stitch one or two or just maybe even one and then you're done. So I had this in a Q-snap like this, you know, just focusing. So this section over in here, that's done. And so what I will do like one night or in the evening, if I get to maybe 100 stitches for the evening, these are full cross, I'll come up here and do one block of 100 because this is all, I think this is 813 DMC. So I can get some progress in because, oh my goodness. Yeah. So I'm slowly gonna, I just need to finish that little bit in, and then I think the rest of the stitches are, there's just a very few tiny in here, and then work my way over and then come up. And as a reminder here, oops, there's just very few. So I am over here. It's gonna have just a little bit coming down, but these are, they're not as bad of confetti, those little bits. But I'll tell you, it just makes for a tough night of stitching when you finally want to get down and stitch. And one night I got 5 stitches in because with the way things have been, yeah. So we'll see. I'm going to start working on her again tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, another project that was worked on is also Heaven and Earth Design project. It's called Quick Stitch Sleep Time by Ciro Marchetti. I think it's Ciro Marchetti. I heard somebody say Cheerio. The other day when I was watching one of their Flosstubes, I started laughing. And it's these sleeping guys. These little sleeping animals that are really cute. And I am up in here. I'm still up by the dog up here. Cute. And on this one, I am at 10.72%. So just starting to work my way over that way. Yeah. 10.72%. I think my goal was to get to 15%, which I'm going to try to get this goal completed for this year as well. All right. Next project that has been worked on is by Jardin Privé, Fil de Course. I call this Birdhouses. This was a stitch along with Colette the Highway Stitcher for their October to October stitch along, or SAL. It was supposed to have been done last October and I didn't finish it, but I will be finished. Maybe I'll have it finished this October now that I'm thinking that this is September. Yeah, okay, this will be, we're stating it out loud, this will be done this October. So I've got these 2 left, these 2 birdhouses and everything below it, and that large blue birdhouse, I still need to fill that in. So here's where we are on this. So I have 10 of them done. Yeah. So I initially started this in the middle and then worked that way. So to the later months of the year, and now I'm going backwards and starting with the earlier months of the year. So from the last time you saw it, I think I had like this beehive done. Let's do this again. I'm kind of half cocked today, so sorry. I had this beehive done, I think, and then I came over and I worked. Yeah, I had those done in the back stitching, and so I started with this purple flower, and so everything from this purple flower over to the little cactus birdhouse with the cowboy hat, that's all new. So I still need to do the back stitching, and yes, this all needs to be filled in, the house and the roof on this. I'm going to a retreat in a couple weeks, and I thought, well, this would be good, just a easy fill in. But now that I'm thinking, I'll just finish this off while I'm home. We'll see. So yeah, and then I have the little stitching. See this little, I call it a tic-tac. It goes up and all the way along the top. And then there's a few other little clouds that go. This is the start of, I think it's like a raven. I don't know what bird this is. I don't know if it's a raven or what, but see this little tic-tac along there? There you go, it's starting to focus again. I need to finish that off, as well as the last bit of outlining, or the back stitch, which that's not much. So, and then the last project that I have been working on, let me get, oh, I have the picture here. I don't need to show you. This is a Luca S project. I was going to say in the artist name, but they don't show artist names on this. This is called Roses. I was just working on this morning for a little bit. I'm at 9.11%. And this is still on the Q-snap here. So here's where we are, 9.11. And I'm able to get the percentage on this because I reached out to Luca S. They sent me a copy of the PDF. I entered all of the floss. You enter it in as a custom floss number, and then Pattern Keeper will also let you, since it's custom, it doesn't know what the color is, you can kind of guesstimate what the, or close to what the color is. So let me kind of show you what my mock-up is on here. So it's a little off, but at least, you know, like if you think you've got a different color, the color is a little wrong. So like this pink looks a lot brighter than what I have, and it actually has that, see, I'm right in here. This pink looked a little brighter than what this is. That's a little muted, but it is the right one. So come along. As I stated a few minutes ago, I'm going on a retreat in a couple weeks. I think I'm going to take this because this is a very easy stitch. Very easy. I think I'm going to take this and my butterfly effect, along with some other paper crafts, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to really simplify things so that it's easy to do. There was quite a bit of, not a lot, but I did have some haul. Wasn't going to share any of it because, like I said, I just came on here last minute. So I did want to share this because I was super excited. My husband let me get this for our anniversary. So this is my anniversary gift. This is an out of print Dimensions kit called Coral Peonies. And I got this off of eBay. Oh, I love this one. Well, I can take it out there. Isn't that pretty? Oh yeah, I can't wait. So excited that I got this because this can get pricey. And I'm like, I'm trying not to, I was kind of complaining, oh, he's like, what do you want for your anniversary? I'm like, I don't want anything, you know, I'm not trying to buy anything. He's like, don't you want any cross stitch? I said, well, there's this one that I just got an offer for. And he's like, just get it. I'm like, okay. Okay, twist my arm. Twist my arm to buy cross stitch. Okay. I've also received several lovely gifts from friends from around the world. And I didn't have a chance because stuff is scattered everywhere here, so I didn't have a chance to pull it out to show you. So I to my stitchy sisters who have sent me things, thank you, ladies. It's very appreciated, and I value your friendship, so thank you. And then lastly, I had a giveaway a while back, and the person who won the giveaway has not stated that she saw the video or anything. So I'm putting this up for grabs again. This is a Dimensions kit, Scenic Farm. I just got this at the thrift store. I'm gonna just ask if any of you want this. Put down Scenic Farm, or as we said before, you know, let's go to the farm. I feel like I'm at the funny farm. You know, make it fun. Make it fun for if you want this, and I will be happy to share this. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I have. So I did, now that once I pulled this out, I'm like, okay, yeah, I did work on more things than I thought. So things should hopefully start letting me stitch a little more. My garden is done. We did okay for a first year of gardening. But yeah, I've got plenty of zucchinis and tomatoes. So we'll see how next year goes. Anyway, and I'll see if I come on in October. The leaves are starting to change. It's really pretty. It's my favorite time of year. I love fall. I really love fall. So, all right, I'm rambling. Hope you are safe. Hope you are all doing well, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Flosstube. Bye-bye.